Quite a lot of Nigerians are interested in investing in real estate, and that's because there are very big opportunities in the Nigerian real estate industry. A lot of emerging towns and communities are now getting developed, and our population also presents a very big opportunity for investing in real estate. But despite the big opportunities, a lot of Nigerians are not investing enough. That's because most people find buying a property or buying real estate too risky. And a few Nigerians that have invested in real estate are discouraged because some lost their funds, some are even regretting why they invested in real estate. So in this episode of Meet Property Guide, we're looking at investing in real estate here in Nigeria, how you can make money and make returns from buying a property, different means and methods which you can use to invest in real estate, how you can make returns, the risk attached to buying real estate here in Nigeria. And if you are coming across this our video for the first time, this Meet the Property Guy Property channel, this is where we talk everything real estate. If you are looking to invest, buy or sell a property here in Nigeria, so our advice that after watching this educative video, you can also go to our channel page and watch some of our previous videos. Subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. If you are watching this on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you can also like our page at Meet the Property Guide. So now let's go into making you a smart real estate investor. Now we are going to start with talking about the difference between buying real estate and investing in real estate. One of the biggest mistakes most Nigerians make is believing or feeling that if you want to invest in real estate, all you have to do is just buy a land or buy a house. Actually, there is a difference between buying real estate and investing in real estate. Now, when you buy real estate, either it's a land you bought or it's a house that you buy, you are buying for value. You bought the land, you build a house to your taste. Now you have freedom, you have comfort, you are no more paying rent, you are living in your own house. That's value. But when you are investing in real estate, you are investing for profit and returns. So you are not buying the property because you like the place or you like the neighborhood. You are buying because of the profits and the returns that you can make in that location. You are buying either for rental income, or you are buying because you look at that neighborhood and you look at the commercial activities that is coming to that neighborhood in the next 4 years, and that's why you are buying that property. So it's not genuinely like maybe you like the place or you like the location. You are only looking at the profits that you are making from that place. And then again, investing in real estate, investing in a property is more than just buying the property. I'm still going to go into the process and the different steps that you need to take when you want to invest in real estate. So if you're actually looking at making returns and making big profits from a property that you want to buy, you are not buying real estate at that point. So if you are buying a property genuinely just for you to make returns, that's investing in real estate. A very good example of how to invest in real estate is what real estate companies here in Nigeria they do. They buy land in bulk. They can buy 50 acres or 100 acres. So the first thing they do after they have bought this land, let's say they bought 100 acres at the rate of 1 million naira per plot. So the first thing they do is they perfect the title document of that land. Either they go for annexation or they go for a CFO. After that, they start selling this land. Let's say they start at 1.2 million naira per plot. After a couple of weeks, they clear the land and start doing the perimeter fencing. At this stage, they can start selling the land at around 2 million. By the time they complete the gatehouse, do the perimeter fencing, do the interlocking of some part of the estate, do the street lights, that same land can start selling at around 4.5 million or 5 million. You can see how the property appreciates because of the improvement and the value they have done. So investing in real estate is not just about buying a property, it's buying a property and improving that property. We are still going to get to that. Since we are learning about investing in real estate, it's just the best. We teach you the different process and different steps that you need to take when you want to invest in real estate. One of the big mistakes that most Nigerians do is that they feel buying real estate, investing in real estate rather, is just about you buy a property, maybe you buy a land or you buy a house, and that's all. Maybe you just wait it out and then you start getting paid. Actually, there are steps for you to invest in real estate, and if you are getting any of these steps wrong, you are already investing wrongly. Now, I'm going to break down the steps and I'm going to briefly explain some of these steps so that you can understand each part or each process that you need to take if you are looking at investing in real estate here in Nigeria. Now, the first step and the first process of investing in real estate is what we call analyzing. Now, the analyzing process or the analyzing part is where you look at how you want to invest in real estate. Do you want to invest in buying a land, or you want to invest in rental apartments? So after you have set up your purpose and your goal, you can now go into looking at the neighborhoods that match your type of investment. You see, there are neighborhoods that are perfect if you want to invest in what we call land banking, that's buying a land and keep. Like places like ibeju-lekki, places like Ofada, places like around Songo or the Lagos Abuja railway that is currently ongoing. Now, there are also perfect neighborhoods if you want to go into rental apartments. Rental apartments are always perfect within town, because that's where you can easily get the apartment rented house, and that's where you can start making high rental income. So if you want to go into rental apartments, it makes more sense if you are buying around Yaba, Maryland, Anthony, and some block of flats around Songo or Abuja. So is this analyzing part which you are going to get these different neighborhoods that match the type of real estate investment that you want to do. So after you have done your analysis and your analyzing, you now go into what we call forecasting. Real estate is majorly a long-term investment plan, so you need to be able to predict the commercial activities and the commercial value of where you are going to invest. It makes no sense if the place that you are investing in the next 5 years doesn't change. So for you to make very good returns and very good profits from whatever you are investing, the commercial value of that location needs to appreciate over time, in 5 years, in 10 years, because as more this location is appreciating in value, that's also how high the returns and the profits that you are going to make. So if you want to be a very good real estate investor, you have to also be a very good forecaster. After you have finished your forecasting, then you now go into what we call searching. Searching is going into the property market and looking at properties that match your purpose. For example, you want to buy rental apartments, that's your purpose, and then you have look at the neighborhood that you feel suitable for you. Maybe it's around the area you want, or it's around Surulere you want. So now go into the property market and search. Most importantly, during your search, you need to have a clear budget. You have 50 million to invest in rental apartments, that's a clear budget. You have 5 million to invest in buying a land and keep, that's a clear budget. Because everything that you are searching for, you need to fine tune it based on what you can afford. Now, after you have done your search and you have found a property that meets the criteria that you are looking for, that's where you now do the purchase. But a lot of people feel that buying real estate is just about buying the land and that's all. Even after you have bought the property, the first thing that you need to do is you need to perfect the title documents on that property. It's a very, very big disaster if you bought the property for investment and you don't even have enough documents to prove that you are the owner of that property. Because by the time that property has appreciated enough and it's time for you to make returns, there can be a lot of issues on that property and you can lose your entire efforts that you have done there. So it's always very good that immediately you purchase that property, you perfect every title document you need to do, get your deed of assignment, get your survey, preferably get your survey registered. If you can also process a CFO or the governor's consent on that property, just to ensure that you have enough documents to prove that you are the owner of that property. Now, after you have bought the property, your investment process has not stopped yet. Now, you need to do what we call improvement. You need to add value to that property, and this is where most Nigerians get it wrong. A lot of people just buy a property and they don't do any improvement, they don't add any value to it. Even people that are investing in rental apartments, they have this rental apartment, they have a tenant there, and they are not going to maintain that property. It's not a very good idea. If you really want your property to keep making returns for you and to keep appreciating in value, you need to also constantly add improvement to that property. For example, you bought a land for you to buy and keep. You can clear the land, fence the land. After a couple of months or years, you can go there again, do a gate. After a couple of months or years also, you can go there again, do a borehole, or just ensure that there is electricity down to where you have that land. Because at the time that you want to sell that land or you want to lease that land out, the improvements that you have done on that property are going to ensure that you are going to make higher returns than others. Because what you are selling or what you are leasing this time is not just a bare land, it's a fenced, gated land with electricity and a borehole. So you can sell higher or even lease the property at a higher value. So improvement and adding value to your property. So improvement and adding value to a property is a very key process when you are investing in real estate. Now lastly is what we call patience. Timing is very important in real estate investment, because when you sell a property before the right time, you're not going to make enough returns. And if you also wait too long also, you may not make enough returns too. So timing is very important. There is a common saying that patience is a virtue. But when you are investing in real estate, patience is an attribute. You need to understand the power of timing and know when your property is ripe enough for you to now start making returns from that property. Since you now understand the different process and the different steps that you need to take when you want to invest in real estate, now let's talk about the different methods and the different means which you can invest in real estate. There is this common perception that if you want to invest in real estate, you need to buy a land or you need to buy a house. That's not true. There are also different means or the method which you can also invest in real estate without even buying any property at all. But I'm going to mention four different means, four different ways which you can take to invest in real estate. You can do what we call land banking, you can do what we call rental apartments, you can buy rental apartments, you can do what we call real estate financing, and lastly you can also do what we call buying off plan. So I'll just briefly explain these four different methods so that you can easily choose or decide which of these is perfect for you. Now, land banking is the most common method or means of investing in real estate. A lot of people over the years here in Nigeria have made a lot of money by buying some land very cheap when those places are still developing or coming up, and by the time these places are opened up, they start making a lot of returns. Look at people that are selling Lekki right now, 120, 200 million per plot. Same at Magodo also, very expensive now. There are people that have bought these places when they were still selling for maybe 150,000 or 200,000 per plot. So you can make a lot of money by buying emerging towns before they develop. But it has their own risk also. Land banking is the most common. Land banking simply means to buy land and keep till when that particular place have appreciated enough. Regardless of the different method or the different means which you want to take to invest in real estate, the initial process and initial steps that I mentioned before, which is analyzing, forecasting, searching, purchase, perfecting your title documents, and then adding value to the property, patience, all these seven still apply on whatever means or whatever method you are taking to invest in real estate. So either you are doing what we call land banking or you are buying rental apartments, you still need to do your analysis, you still need to search, you still need to ensure that you perfect your title documents on that property. Now, apart from land banking, which is buying land, is the most popular method. If you don't like the idea of buying land, just go into what we call rental apartments. Rental income is very good. And why? Is because the continuous rise in our population and the continuous immigration of people to the cities, Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, these places are ripe for rental apartments. People will always need accommodation. And the way rent keeps increasing in Lagos, in Abuja, you also need to invest. You just don't have to pay a landlord for your entire lifetime. You also should also become a landlord and also get rental income. Another very good opportunity in rental income is that you can get that means of income for life, annually, monthly, or however you have it. And again, you can also pass it. And again, you can also pass it to your kids, and it can be a form of inheritance for them. So if you feel like you want to invest in rental apartments, but don't have the stress to be knocking people's door and be chasing people around for their rent, you can easily give it to a rental agency. There are a lot of rental agencies here in Lagos, here in Nigeria, who can handle the apartment for you. So based on agreements, you just know that so amount will be paid for you annually or quarterly, and you don't even care about who is residing or who is there in the house. They are just going to pay you. They will be the one that will be doing the hard work for you. So that's also another opportunity for you. Whenever you want to invest in real estate, you need to be BBS, you need to be brave, you need to be bold, and you need to be very smart. Now, another method which you can use to invest in real estate is what we call real estate financing. You see, real estate financing does not even involve you to buy any property at all. All you need to look at is find attractive real estate projects and finance it. There are a lot of real estate projects that are ongoing, a lot of construction projects, a lot of housing projects, a lot of hostel projects. So most of these developers are looking for funds, they are looking for people to finance, and investors can come with this huge cash and they can finance the project within a specific period of time. They can start making returns also. Real estate financing is very capital intensive, and from the four different methods that I mentioned: land banking, rental apartment, finance. So buying off-plan apartments is also a very fantastic avenue for you to also invest in real estate. So I mentioned four different methods: land banking, buying land and keep, rental apartments, buying for rental income, real estate financing, and buying off-plan apartments. Which of these do you feel is ideal for you? Which of these do you feel you want to go to, or you have the funds to go to, and you need advice on? You can drop a comment here, and you can look at the funds you have, you can look at your purpose, and can also guide and advise you on different locations and how you can go about it. If you've been watching my videos, then you are going to know that I like talking about risk. So real estate investment also has its own risk. Either you are buying a land and keep, or you are buying rental apartments, there are risks that are attached to these investments. There are risks that can affect you losing the property. There are also risks that can also affect the profits and the returns that you are going to make. So you may be projecting the returns of like 10 million or 15 million. There are some risks that can drastically reduce that profit and can end up making like 2 million or make 1 million or even making a loss. So let's talk about the risks so that you can be well equipped and well informed and know what exactly that you are going into. I'm going to be talking about four different risk factors. The first is government factors, the second one is legal factors, the third one is environmental factors, and lastly economic factors. Any of these four factors can affect your real estate investment and can also drastically reduce your expected returns. So you need to properly plan your real estate investment and incorporate this risk into your plan also, just to ensure that you at least minimize and manage this risk. So let's start with the government factors. You see, government regulations and government projects can affect your real estate investments. For example, you bought a land, you want to buy the land and keep, and along the line, the government decide that they want to do a project around that neighborhood and your land is affected. They might compensate you if you have very good title on that land, but they're still going to take up that land. So that's going to affect the returns that you are projected to make from that real estate investment. So a lot of government factors and government regulations can affect your real estate investments, and that's why you need to add this to your plan, to your analysis, especially your analyzing stage when you are investing in real estate here in Nigeria. Now, the second part, which is the legal factors, can also affect our legal industry here in Nigeria is very cramped up. There can be legal issues on the land for generations. So you might not know, you may not be aware and bought a property in that neighborhood, or even there may not be any legal issue on that property when you bought it. It's after you bought it and there was a legal issue on that property, and that legal matter can go on and on for years. That's when it's resolved. And if it doesn't resolve to something that's going to favor you, you can end up losing that property or not making enough returns from that property. Then environmental factors are also going to affect your real estate investment. For example, there are a lot of people that have tried investing on the island. They bought the land only for them to go to that land another time and they realize that it's a swampy land, or they can't even drive down to that land because it's a flooded area or it's a marshy land. Apart from that, there are also other environmental factors that can also affect your real estate investment. For example, you finance a real estate investment and are supposed to deliver that project maybe in 18 months, but based on unfavorable climate conditions and the developers could not or were unable to deliver that project in 18 months, they are now delivering maybe in 24 months or in 36 months. The more the project is delayed, the more your returns are also going to be delayed also. So environmental factors can also affect the returns from your real estate investment. Now, lastly is economic factors. Around 5 or 4 years ago, our economy here in Nigeria went into recession. A lot of real estate investments were affected because at that time most people were unable to pay their rent, so they started owing rent, or even some properties that were built then people were unable to have the finances or the funds to take up the property for rent or even to buy those properties. So economic factors are definitely going to also affect your real estate investment, because when you buy the land and nobody is ready to buy it or lease it, and when you buy a rental apartment and people are owing you rent or people cannot take it up for rent, it's definitely going to affect your returns and your profits. So you need to also incorporate this to your plans when you are making analyzing your real estate investment. So those are different four factors, different four ways that can affect your real estate investment. Can either be government regulations, can be legal issues, can be environmental factors, and can also be some very serious economic issues. Okay, we talk about the risk, we talk about the process and the different means for you to invest in real estate. Now let's talk about what attracts you or what attracted you to invest in real estate, how to make returns. Because every real estate investor, what's most important to them is profits, what's most important to them is returns. A lot of people have bought a property in a very prime area, but they don't even know how to make returns or how to make profits from the property that they bought. So there are different ways and there are different means which you can use to make returns from a real estate investment, but most importantly, you need to add value to that property. If you are not improving that property, if you don't improve that property, the returns and the profits that you are going to make from that property will be drastically reduced, or you may not even make any returns at all. So a lot of people that complain or regret investing in real estate is because they just bought the property and they do nothing there. They just view because the location is prime, the property will naturally appreciate. You need to add value to that property. So there is what we call buy, improve, keep, and sell. So you can buy a land, add value to the land, keep it when the location has appreciated enough, and then you can sell. You can decide not to sell also, you can decide to lease. Lease is just like rent, but unlike rent where people pay you maybe per month or per annum, lease people can pay you for 15 years and pay you for 10 years or so. So it's also a very fantastic way for you to also make returns from a real estate investment. You can lease the property out for a number of years, and once the lease has expired, they can renew the lease again, likely at a higher rate. You can also put the property out for rent. So rent is also another means for you to also make money from the property. If it's a land that you bought, it's not compulsory that you sell the land, and it's not also compulsory that you lease the land. You can look at the neighborhood and look at what you can build in that neighborhood which is going to fetch you money. You can build rental shops, you can build a supermarket, you can build a mall. It's all about looking at things that you can do on that property which you are going to earn money from. So a lot of people complain about they bought the land and then they are finding it hard to sell, or they are finding how to make returns from that land, because you are looking at the land, you are not looking at what you can do on that land or to that land for you to actually make returns. You can sell a land and make 3 million naira profits. You can convert that land to a building, a commercial building, and instead make 30 million naira profits. So it's just about how smart you are and how much you can maximize returns, maximize value from the property that you bought. And that's why it's always advisable that before you even invest in the property at all, talk to an experienced property consultant, let them guide you and analyze that neighborhood for you. And once you have invested already and it's time for you to make returns also, you can also talk to your property consultant so that they can advise you on the best means or the best method which you can use for you to make maximize returns from your investment. The core of every real estate investment is you need to just think big and spend smart. So on every kobo and every naira that you are spending on that property, you need to ensure that you are maximizing the returns that you can make on everything that you are spending on that property. Be willing to spend on it. Don't just buy a property and be looking at the neighborhood or the location. Be looking at the profits and the returns that you can always make from that property. So that's everything about real estate investment. I've tried to correct a lot of notions about just need to buy a property. No, you need to buy the right property in the right location with the right documents, and also be willing to add value and improve that property. That's the only way you can make returns and make profits when you are investing in real estate. So if you have invested in real estate already and you are regretting it, you can drop a comment. I would really love to hear your story and love to hear where you invested, where you bought, or the type of property that you bought, and we can look at the mistakes that you made. And if you're also looking or still searching and planning to invest in real estate, then you are at the right place. You can also drop a comment about that, and you can look at the different options. Is it land banking you want to do? Is it rental apartment you want to go into? Is it real estate financing that is convenient for you, or will you be fine with buying an off plan? All these all still come down to the fund that you have for. So all this still come down to the funds that you have for you to invest. So if you don't have the bulk funds, you still have to look at something relative, something small that you can start with. Either it's land market that you can start with, or it's rental apartments that you can start with. But based on our population, based on our rising population, based on the new projects that are ongoing at most places, the Lagos Abuja Ibadan railway and the most major railways that are ongoing in the country entirely, and the Lekki Free Trade Zone, the Dangote refinery going at Ibeju, the expansion of Lagos Ibadan Expressway, there are so many huge opportunities for real estate investment. So it's an avenue that our advice that you don't ignore. If you are looking for something long term and planning for your retirement, real estate investment is a very, very ideal place for you. So I think you're the property guy of the planet, your property advisor, your property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Don't forget this Meet Property Guy Property channel. Subscribe to our video for very, very fantastic and educative videos like this. If you want to learn all about investing and buying real estate and buying a property here in Nigeria. And if you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you are watching this on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, also like and follow our page, Meet the Property Guide. So thanks for watching this episode. I'll be expecting your comments and your feedback. Thank you.